I'm going to wait for the okay from Liz.
She said this is blank. Is this happening? Shema V'Hata? This is happening, right?
The Micha Mocha she's doing.
Yeah, but Shema, she was wondering if that's actually happening beforehand or if she should come
She should
at the end of Shema.
She should come up at the end of Shema.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
That was weak sauce. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Rabbi Rachel Isaacs, Director of the Center for Small Town Jewish Life at Colby College and the spiritual leader of Beth Israel Congregation in Waterville, Maine. Welcome to our Fall Shabbaton. Founded in 2015, the Center for Small Town Jewish Life has been committed to bringing the best of Jewish culture, learning, and life to Maine through institutional collaboration and bridge building with global Jewish communities. We are thrilled to have you join us for this year's Shabbaton with acclaimed singer and spiritual leader, Elana Arian. In the next 25 hours, we will build an intergenerational, spiritually and educationally engaged community that spans the state of Maine and Jewish communities across the country. Thank you for joining us virtually or in person in the holy work of reemerging. We are convening once again in song, Torah learning, feasting, and bridge building. We hope that you can continue to connect with us in any way you can, drawing strength, beauty, creativity, inspiration, and hope from our nerve center located in central Maine. as we build a new, innovative, authentic, and loving world of Torah together. Shabbat Shalom. So we would not be here. None of us would be here without, no, just kidding. Yeah, that too. But none of us would be here in this room without the singular, incredible, and diligent work of Liz Snyder. A leader on our staff that has shepherded us through so much of the past 2 years of this pandemic and has planned and executed this fall Shabbaton under extremely difficult circumstances. Liz, thank you. Without you, we would not be here together, learning, singing, and relishing what it is to be back together as a statewide community. We are all benefiting from your Avodat Kodesh, your holy work tonight. Thank you for being such an incredible blessing to all of us. Yeah. An additional and huge toda rabah to Hillary Swimmer. Woo! The Center Fellow, who has envisioned this with Jewish college students throughout Maine and organized our students for this fall Shabbaton, organizing, inspiring, convening students from throughout the state of Maine. Hillary, we are so proud of you. Yasher Koach, and thank you so much for your service to the Jewish communities of Colby and the state of Maine. I would also, Hillary, no, okay. I would also like to thank our other staff colleagues, Mel Weiss, David Friedenreich, Erica Ash, and Lauren Cohen-Fisher, for making this fall Shabbaton a fun, functional, and enriching experience. We are also joined by our Center for Small-Town Jewish Life Rabbinical Fellows, who will be joining us and teaching throughout the Shabbaton. Welcome and thank you to Joey Glick, Eliana Willis, and Alex Matthews. Thank you for learning, teaching, and growing with us. Also, thanks to Zach Meyer in advance, who will be leading our Hillel in Havdalah tomorrow night. I also want to recognize in advance some student leaders that you'll see throughout the service from campuses around the state of Maine, who will really be serving as our teachers and leaders. So thank you to Everett Medchek and Razel McNally from Colby, Alexandra Zabin from Bates, Rachel Pellis from the University of Maine at Orono, and Carly Jacqueline and Jocelyn Royalty from the University of Maine at Farmington. So let's give a hand to them. Thank you so much, all of you, for stepping up and being spiritual leaders in our community. We are so proud of you. What naches, what comfort and joy to see our Jewish future lead. And finally, we would not be here tonight if it were not for our sponsors. So thank you to the Covenant Foundation and our Colby College partners, the Cultural Events Committee, the Center for Arts and Humanities, the Jewish Studies Program, the Music Department, the Religion Department, and the Student Government Association. It is my unique and deep pleasure to introduce our musician in residence for this year's Fall Shabbaton, Elana Arian. She is one of the leading voices in contemporary Jewish music. She's a composer, a prayer leader, and a dynamic musician who brings soul and creativity to Jewish communities around the world. We are so honored to have you here in Maine with us. Thank you and welcome. As we begin this night of prayer, I want to start us off with a poem by Erica Meitner from The New Yorker that I read that just really touched me, that describes the joys and complications of coming together after a long separation. This is the poem, To Gather Together. It is not yet after the pandemic, but most of us have bared our faces in public. Most of us are a little haptic, though we remain somewhat wary of strangers merging in enclosures. And what does it mean to gather? To take up from a resting place? We are so tired. We are uncovered and mustering strength. Never mind my mother's post-stroke slurred speech and vertigo, her ear crystals misaligned, her neck brace. We are survivors of the panic wars. We are reaching new conclusions intuitively from inferences about hugging. My radar is broken. I'm not sure where to put all my limbs. When they're tangled with yours, it's not a problem. Your failing configurations of attention, my bad knees, to draw fabric into puckers, pleated pants, rumpled sheets, your fingers hooked into mine, we bring together all the parts of our bodies into embrace, haul in our bodies to harvest like clusters of ripened cherry tomatoes still warm from the sun. Forget the kale, stripped bare by bright green cabbage worms congregating on thick stems, to summon everyone back to this abundant and skeletal planet after we've jettisoned the billionaires into space. We celebrate the launch with tiny cups of champagne to throw open the doors and host guests and board packed planes where everyone is cranked and cranky about proximity still. But look at the skyline, clutches of buildings reaching for billows of clouds, to assemble in a sequence for binding, somewhere past contact tracing. Gather is a transitive verb. Elana, thank you.
In that spirit of gathering, we're going to start with words from our Psalms. You have all the words that you need there. Hine matov, how good it is to be together. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. 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 Go after me. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. Sing shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem, salam aleikum, shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Again, shalom aleichem, salam aleikum, shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. Hine matov, umanayim, shevet ha'achim gam yachad. What a beautiful gift to hear your voices singing together. I hope that you can feel that surrounding you, even with masks on. It's really beautiful. So I'm just going to keep encouraging you to keep lifting those voices even louder. The masks block a little bit of the sound, so I'm going to need you to put your backs into it a little bit. We're going to continue with words from Psalm 95. my job normally in regular pre-COVID times is to sort of travel to communities around the country and push new music on people who don't always want new music. And I often remind them, we're in our Psalms, we're instructed, Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. We should sing unto God a new song. We should lean into that that's new and uncomfortable and put our spirits behind that. Something in that is holy itself. So I'm going to teach you this setting of Lechuna Ranana in that spirit. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. All right, I'm going to sing this one time. You listen. La 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 la. Try that. La 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 la. Good, listen. Ya la 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 la. Try that. La 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 la. Listen. La 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 la. Here we go. La 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 la. You got it? La 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 la. La 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 la. Last thing is almost exactly the same. La 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 la. We just stay there. Try that. La 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 la. We'll try the whole thing. You'll get it. Here we go. Ya la 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 la. Try the same way. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Same thing. Ya la 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 la. Lechune ranana. Lechune ranana la donai. Nariha letzuri sheinu. Nekadma fanav bitoda. Bizmirot nariha lo. Bizmirot nariha lo. You got it, yalai. Yalai la 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 la. Yalai la 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 la. Sing unto God, sing unto God. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Got the blood flowing. So we're starting to be the time of the season where it is getting quite dark, quite early. And it's this time of the year when these words from Psalm 97, Or Zarua Latzadik, Yishrei Lev Simcha, we're reminded that we ourselves need to be the light in this season and always, that we ourselves can spread that light, that we can ignite that light. So I'm going to teach you a melody from my friend Dan Nichols. It has a couple different parts. You seem like you can hold it down, so we're going to try it. First one's like this. Bum biddy dum 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 bum biddy bum bum. Try that right now. Bum biddy 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 bum. Here's the second part. Namada. Here we go. you still remember bum biddy? Here we go. Bum biddy bum 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 bum. My friends over here are gonna keep bum biddy bum on this side of the room. Bum biddy bum bum biddy bum bum biddy bum. You feel solid? Gonna hold it down. Here we go. Bum biddy bum. I'm joining you over here up high. Na ba na, na ba da, na ba da, na ba da, ba da, ba da, ba da. I need you to be a little stronger. Na ba na, better. Na ba da, na ba na, na ba da, ba da, ba da, da, da. Okay, you keep going. You both keep going. Na ba da. Namada. Here are the words. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Try or zarua. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Bum biddy bum. Here we go. Bum biddy bum bum biddy bum. Yabada, namada, 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 namada. Bumbity bums, keep going, bumbity bum. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik hu yishrei lev simcha. Bum biddy bum 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 bum. That is the sound of so many spirits ready to welcome in Shabbat. So beautiful. So my friend, Rabbi Sarah Luria, who's a friend of mine from Brooklyn, talks about the concept of the Shabbat companion for those of us that don't totally connect with the feeling of turning to the door and welcoming the bride, and that being the image possibly. I'll invite you for a second to think about who you might want to welcome into this space, or welcome into this weekend, or welcome into this time, this holy time, as your Shabbat companion, maybe somebody who can't be with you physically right now. And we'll welcome our Sabbath companions together with words of L'chadodi. L'chadodi likrat kala pele Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi likrat kala pele Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachar b'dibur echad yishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad לשם תפארת ולצילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במשאבת תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, ומצאים מתוך ההפכה, רהב לך שבט בפן המלאכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית המלאכי, אור רפאל נפשי קהלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We call to mind our Shabbat companion. We welcome the Sabbath bride. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 לך דודי לקראת קהלה, You know something big is going to happen when the rabbi takes off her tallis.
So I'd like to invite up,
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hi, I'm Rachel Pellis. I'm a first-year student at the University of Maine at Orono. And I'm also a Masa travel intern if anyone is interested in ways to get to Israel or to have study abroad opportunities in other countries with a Jewish experience. And I'm here to talk about Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir is a very special prayer because it is specially preserved for Shabbat. You do not say it on other days of the week. It is set aside for a special time. The line, L'hagid b'boker chasdecha ve'emunatecha baleilot, means to feel a sense of lovingness in the morning and faithfulness at night. Why is there a distinction between these times? What is different about Shabbat evening and morning? Even before Shabbat arrives, on a Friday morning, everyone seems to be in a great mood, even people who aren't Jewish, because it's Friday. All day there's that anticipation. Today's the day, it's almost the weekend. Today will be great because we know that great things are to come. Think of that moment when you leave your final Friday class, or you hand in that last assignment, or you finally get to close your laptop, and it comes with that feeling of relief. I love Shabbat because we get to feel that sense of relief twice. It's a time to restart and recover from our fast-paced lives. It's been years since I was at my summer camp, Camp JRF, which is a very small camp in the Poconos. But every week, especially when I find myself not at an amazing gathering like this, I like to take time to partake in this camp tradition that really grounds me to Shabbat. So I invite you all to close your eyes and take a moment to recognize this feeling of calm, peaceful stillness that we are surrounded by right now. Relish in it, and take a deep breath and inhale that feeling, and hold it deep inside you. And when you exhale, release all that stress of the week. And you can do it one more time. Take in another deep breath. Feel this moment and let go of everything that you have held inside you all week. Tonight, as we welcome and celebrate Shabbat together, I ask that you have faith in the possibility of new beginnings and are open-minded about the good that may come to you this week. And tomorrow morning, the morning of Shabbat, continue to be open-minded. Wake up in the morning unburdened from the past week, and you'll have the amazing opportunity to look at the world through a clean lens and to see the parts that you love. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Asher Koach. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכתינות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה invite you to rise. We've opened ourselves up. We've woken ourselves up. We've moved our muscles even a little bit. We've heard wonderful words of Torah. We're ready to begin with the prayer. With the central part of the service, we begin with our call to worship. Baruch Hu. Yalalai, yalalai.
So the next prayer in our service is Ma'ariv Aravim, which comes from the idea of Erev. Erev means evening in Hebrew, but the shoresh, the root of Erev, is related to Me'urav, which means mixed up. And Ma'ariv Aravim, when we say, blessed are you, God, Ma'ariv Aravim, it's actually, blessed are you, God, who sort of mixes up light and darkness to give us evening. Blessed are you, God, that messes things up just a little bit, that makes things beautiful in their mixtures, in their combinations. But in this prayer, we also say, Umavdil Yom, Umavdil Laila, God who distinguishes between day and night. And so I think part of the beauty of our tradition that we can celebrate with this prayer is that the Jewish tradition gives us spaces to be in the messiness, to even bless the messiness and the confusion and the mixture. But we also have an appreciation for the ways in which our tradition, the way in which in community, we can draw certain boundaries and differentiations so we don't have to live in chaos forever. And so on this Shabbat, let us give thanks, let us give blessing for those elements and times in our lives that are mixed up, where we can actually see the beauty in the way in which light and darkness bleed one into the other, but also in our power to create enough order to be together in just community. Ma'ariv Aravim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam, we are surrounded by, wrapped in an endless, eternal love. I want to teach you another new melody because you guys are so game. Changing my plans. It goes like this. La 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 la. Try that. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la. Ya la 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 la. That's like a Middle Eastern move. You have to like move your head a little bit. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Yes, very nice. Ya la 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 la. Try that. Ya la 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 la. I think that's the same the second time. Let's try the whole thing. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la ya la la ya la la. Oh, here's the only part that's different. La 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 la. That's pretty easy for you. La Okay, Ahavat Olam has a lot of words. I'm going to sing them. Join me as much as you can. Here we go. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Kimu mishpatim Otanu limadta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shochbeinu Uvkumenu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha Uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Same melody you know from before. Ki hem chayenu be'orech yameinu Uvehem negei yomam v'layla Ve'ahavatcha ahal tasir mimenu le'olamim. Yalla yalla la la yalla la 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 yalla yalla la 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 yalla la yalla la la yalla la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex. I'm a member of Bates Jewish Student Union. Thank you all for having this. This is an amazing event. So I'm here to talk about Micha Mocha. The phrase Micha Mocha appears in Exodus and translates to who is like you. In this section of Exodus, also known as a Song of the Sea, God has parted the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to reach safety and head towards Canaan. The passage also celebrates the demise of the Egyptian troops who forced the Israelites to flee. Micha Mocha is typically a fast-paced and cheerful song, which to me is incongruent with the reality of the Israelites leaving the destruction of the Egyptian army in their wake. For example, the joyous Micha Mocha doesn't lend the same energy to a translation of the passage, which includes phrases such as, both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. We are also living in a moment of dissonance. Many of us have received COVID vaccinations, our victory, that protect us from a potentially fatal foe. And yet, at the same time, there is still so much destruction left in our wake. At this moment, we must celebrate intentionally and continuously give gratitude to the people who sacrifice their most precious resources to keep us safe.
Shabbat shalom, yasher koach. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Try that, yalla. Here we go. Yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Hold this one really long. Yalla la 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 la. Micha mocha, micha mocha, ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha, nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele, nora tehilot, osef ele. Yalla, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. So who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Adonai. Yalla, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. We ask for shelter. We ask for shelter to make it through another night. We ask for shelter to make it through another week. We ask for shelter to keep us safe and to guard us. Words of Hashkivenu, you hear that we don't ask for a very strong, concrete protection. It's a sukkot shalom. It's a sukkah, a little sukkah of peace. And I think many of you have been in a sukkah and know that you can feel the rain come through the roof sometimes. You can feel the wind come through the sides. I built my first sukkah as an adult this year, and I can tell you that it fell over because of the wind. And so I'm always struck by that part of this liturgy, that although we're asking for protection and we're asking for shelter, the shelter that we seek is a fragile shelter, something that still lets us feel what's around us and feel the needs around us and lets us reach out to others. We sing words of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu shelter of your peace. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim,
Hi, I'm Razel. I'm part of Colby Hillel.
I'm Everett. I'm also part of Colby Hillel.
So we're here to talk about Bishamru. So a quote from Achad Ha'am: "More than Jews have kept the Sabbath has kept the Jews." Today, this is more applicable than ever. We live in a world that goes 24/7, and it's easier to find an excuse to push Shabbat and our daily rest to the side. As college students here at Colby and throughout Maine, it is easy to push Shabbat to the back burner, to stay in our dorm rooms and not walk across that cold campus to Shabbat dinner, to study for that midterm or put the finishing touches on a paper, rather than make the time to join our Hillels on Friday night. But this prayer reminds us to take the time to stop, to think, to make an effort to celebrate Shabbat and the covenant the people of Israel made with God. We all made a big effort to be here today and to travel to campus, to meet new people, and to be here together. So tonight, we encourage you to take the meaning of Shabbat to heart, to relax, to rest, and to get to know the amazing individuals all around us here in this room. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, lasot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, lasot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et haShabbat, lasot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim et haaretz. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et haShabbat, lasot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat v'inafash, shavat v'inafash, shavat v'inafash. invite you to please rise. Is there a direction that we're facing? I don't know. No, we don't know which direction to face. Some of us face this way, and some of us face this way. Some of us face this way.
That way? East?
Anybody?
East is that way. All right, then east.
East is this way.
Yeah?
Spectacular. Mm-hmm. It's this way. Okay.
Okay.
We continue at the top of the page.
Orient your hearts towards Jerusalem. Okay.
Yes, worry in your hearts towards Jerusalem. We continue at the top of the page with our Amidah, our Tefillah prayer. Adonai sefatai tivtachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Himahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מחמוך בר גבורות, ומדם מלך. מלך מליט ומחייהו מצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל We take the next moments to pray silently, either the words that follow or words in our own hearts. I'll invite you when you feel done to be seated. after me. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Yehu ratzon im refi ve'yon libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri ve'goali. Adonai tzuri ve'goali. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Yehu ratzon im refi ve'yon libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri ve'goali. Adonai tzuri ve'goali.
So we move now into the Mishaberach prayer, which is an opportunity for us not only to pray for healing, but to remember that one of the greatest gifts of Jewish community is that built into the infrastructure of Jewish civilization is this idea of interdependence and welcoming vulnerability. And so as we approach Mishaberach, we can often feel uncomfortable acknowledging that we ourselves need healing, that people we love need healing of body or of spirit. Sometimes, as contemporary modern folks in America, we feel uncomfortable even accepting and recognizing the prayer of others. So it's actually not just an act of peace, but somewhat of defiance to actually say, I'm part of a community of people. I'm part of families and networks of individuals that have real needs and different abilities, and sometimes we're broken. And so what I want us to do, whether we are online or in person, to actually affirm our connection to a wide range of people who need healing of body and spirit. And God can hear all of our prayers in all of our languages at once. So what I want to do at this moment is to just take a moment where we say out loud together, someone, some group of people, someone on your mind who you want to receive the strength and comfort of community and of divine love. 1, 2, 3. Paula and Charles Isaacs, Marsha Salmon, all those in my community. So we pray for healing of body and mind and spirit. Let us think at this moment. Let us really concentrate. We live in such a broken and sick world with so much suffering. Let us take this moment to close our eyes and bring up those images
so that we can join one another and our God in bringing together a world of healing and completeness.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Hello, I'm Jocelyn Royalty.
And I'm Carly Jacqueline, and we're from UMaine Farmington.
So our reflection on Elenu. Elenu calls us to recognize God, to turn over our hearts and devote ourselves completely to praise and service. In doing so, we are given a great responsibility as people, the responsibility to together repair the world. Especially in 2021 America, repairing the world seems sometimes to be an impossible duty. How can we repair centuries of systemic racism and the broken justice system that further oppresses Black Americans? And furthermore, how can we do this in a country that often seems to want nothing to do with Jewish Americans? It is easy to fall victim to the mindset that the world around us is just set in its ways. But God did not place us in this situation recklessly.
We are chosen by God to push the world toward becoming a more just place. A gentle coaxing through inactive discussion isn't enough. It is our duty to become educated, to act, to organize, to donate our time, money, and resources to causes that address the ongoing injustices faced by the Black community. In her 2020 article for Jewish Journal titled "I'm a Black Jewish Teen Calling for Unity," college student and writer Erica Gaston states, "This fight for racial justice should not only be Black people versus the police, Black people versus the government, or Black versus white. It should be everybody against racists, supremacists, inequality, and injustice." Elenu echoes her sentiment. We must pursue a better world through our unified desire to serve God. And to serve God is to show up for our entire community during times of need, now more than ever. Thank you.
Yasher koach. Shabbat shalom.
We rise for Elenu. Elenu, it is on us. Elenu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tzeikidu v'aliyot seher breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu gorim umishtachavim umodim livnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch v'nei
We now come together for Mourner's Kaddish. In our tradition, Mourner's Kaddish is a prayer that we say in the memory of those who have died, but never speaks of death. Mourner's Kaddish, to echo our student teachers from Aleinu, there are times when we're so consumed with grief, it feels impossible or almost foolish to affirm the goodness of God and the world. In Aleinu, even though we can see all the suffering in the world, we affirm our commitment to litaken et haolam, to repair the world. In Mourner's Kaddish, as we sit in the grief of loss, we affirm that there is still goodness and purpose in our life. And so, as one united community, we affirm the goodness that remains in our life in the shadow of grief and death, and we call to mind those who we remember at this time with Mourner's Kaddish. Together, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chaye echon u'vyom echon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, b'gala u'vizman kariv v'imru, Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalad shemei dekudesha, le'elam minko berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru, oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
We'll conclude. You can be seated, please. We'll conclude with a change of plans. Inspired by so many of you speaking about the need to use our voices in a powerful way and to not accept things as they are in all of the places, in all of their brokenness. So we'll sing a song together that raises up the power of our voices, and we'll go into this Shabbat with an awareness and a commitment to use our voices where they're needed. I'll ask you to repeat after me. I will open my eyes. I will not look away. I will use this gift I've been given every day. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Try, I have a voice. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. I will give of myself. I will reach out my hand. I will use this heart I've been given to take a stand. I have a voice. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. I should have said before I started, there's a little piece of blessing from our morning liturgy here from Nisim B'chol Yom, from our daily miracles. And it's a blessing that Thanks God for making each of us B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God, with a little spark of divinity. And I think I included this text in this piece because I really believe that if there is a spark of the divine in each of us, that it can really be best embodied by our voices and the way that we use them, and the way that we use them to advocate and to stand up and to bring beauty into the world and to bring justice into the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asanu b'tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asanu b'tselem Elohim, b'tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asanu b'tselem Elohim, b'tselem change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. I will fight for the truth. I will fight for the truth. I'll stand up for what's right. I will use this strength I've been given to be alive. I have a voice. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So thank you so much. Thank you, Elana. Thank you so much for being here. It is so beautiful and holy to have all of you here together in one place, in one time, raising our voices in song and just like being together. I mean, what a blessing. It is awesome. So thank you all, those of you here in person, those of you joining us virtually. For all of our students, we will have learning following the service with Lauren Cohen-Fisher. So I look forward for your opportunity to hang out, to have snacks, to talk Jewish together. It'll be awesome. And for those of you on the live stream, we have in-person programming for the larger Maine community tomorrow at Temple Bethel in Augusta. So registration is at capacity, so that is for those of you who've registered already. We will come together at 1:30 p.m. for a concert with Elana, a 3 p.m. Torah study with our rabbinical fellows, and a 4:30 p.m. Middle Eastern meal provided by the Capital Area New Mainers Project. So it will be amazing. And then tomorrow night, Hillel students, please join Eliana Willis and Zach Meyer for Havdalah. It will be at 5 p.m. tomorrow in the Bobby Silverman Lounge. And you, the Hillel students tomorrow who join for Havdalah, will also get a meal provided by one of the Syrian immigrant families down from the Capital Area New Mainers Project in Augusta. So be there. The food will be awesome. So will the singing and the Torah. And thank you again so much for being here. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Zeitchem l'shalom. Go in peace.